Hello, good morning everyone. Am I audible? And can you see the screen?
Yes, Jay, we can see your screen and you're audible enough.
Yeah. So guys, welcome to the live trading session webinar wherein we will discuss about the derivatives data and we will try to find out trading opportunities in the live market. Okay. So to start with, just have a look at the pitch report. So basically the pitch report is what's there in the chart, what's there in the derivatives data of Nifty and Bank Nifty, and what's the view. Okay. So if we look at the overall candlestick chart of Nifty and Bank Nifty, so since today is the start of new week and on Friday, we had witnessed a bullish candle on the weekly chart of both Nifty and Bank Nifty. If we look at the daily chart structure, then Nifty is forming a bullish candle on Friday, while we had seen a narrow range red body candle on the daily chart of Bank Nifty. So basically from last 2-3 days, Bank Nifty is underperforming the Nifty because the momentum is lacking after a gap up opening in the banking index. We are seeing some kind of selling pressure at the higher levels in the banking index. But if we look at the overall weekly chart structure, then the Nifty has ended the week with a gain of around 2.35%. while the Bank Nifty ended the week with a gain of around 2.75%. So overall week-on-week basis, outperformance is there on the banking side. Now, since from last 2 days, we are seeing a good buying momentum in sectors like auto and IT. And because of that, because of that, the Nifty is outperforming the Bank Nifty. Now, if we look at the derivatives data of Friday, we witnessed a good amount of long built up in Nifty. The open interest was up by more than 8%, along with a rise in Nifty by around 1.3%. Now, the open interest activity of Bank Nifty remains subdued. This is of the futures, not about the options. Now, if you look at the overall chart structure of Nifty, index, no doubt it is moving in a strong bull run, and all the intraday dips are getting bought into quickly. So whenever we see a dip of around 80-100 points from the highs, a strong buying interest emerge from the lower levels, or next day there is a gap up opening. So this is a market wherein all small dips, whether it's intraday or by EOD, we are witnessing a good amount of buying interest from the lower levels, and index is continuously making new all-time highs every day. Okay, so yes, on Friday the index has made an all-time high of around 14,367, and today we are seeing that Nifty is up by around another 100 points, and it is moving well above 14,450 kind of levels. Now the immediate hurdle right now is placed around 14,500, 550 zone. Above that, 14,750 is the next hurdle. But this is not the market to go salt around the resistance levels. Rather, once you see a breakout from the resistance, be on the long side. Okay. While the support is inching higher, as of Friday, it was around the 14,100 and 13,950. Now, with today's movement, the support is now, immediate support is around 14,230 kind of levels. Now, if you look at the Bank Nifty, it had given a range breakout on the daily chart, but momentum is missing from last couple of days. After a breakout on Tuesday, we had seen a good buying interest, and after that, it is making a narrow range candles. So छोटे movement Bank Nifty में आ रहा है as compared to Nifty. Now, unlike Nifty जहाँ पे इसका जो previous swing high था on weekly chart और monthly chart, जो कोविड से पहले जो बनाया था 12,400 प्लस लेवल, वो कब का क्रॉस कर दिया, एंड इट इज सस्टेनिंग अबाउट द सेम. but Bank Nifty is yet to cross its previous swing high of 32,613. तो अभी तक वो पहले वाला स्विंग हाई क्रॉस नहीं हुआ है बैंक निफ्टी में. सो एक बार वो लेवल क्रॉस हो जाएगा, वंस बैंक निफ्टी क्रॉसेस 32,613 लेवल्स, वी कैन सी अ गुड बाइंग इंटरेस्ट इन द बैंकिंग स्पेस. और ओवरऑल जो चार्ट स्ट्रक्चर है या जो बैंकिंग कंपोनेंट्स है, जो हैवी वेट लाइक HDFC बैंक जो अभी ब्रेकआउट दिया है, रेंज ब्रेकआउट दिया है और जहाँ पे अच्छा खासा बाइंग मोमेंटम दिख रहा है, तो देख के लग रहा है कि ये ब्रेकआउट भी हम लोग जल्दी देख सकते हैं. बट वंस इट गिव्स अ ब्रेकआउट, वी कैन सी अ गुड अमाउंट ऑफ बाइंग इंटरेस्ट इन द बैंक निफ्टी. Okay, now on the downside, the support for Bank Nifty is placed around 31,500 and below that 30,850 levels. Now, if we look at the overall view on the Nifty, Bank Nifty, looking at the technical chart as well as derivative data, I can clearly say that one should not preempt tops in this bull market. Okay, it's perfectly okay if you miss out 200, 300 or 400 points on Nifty and then you take a short selling opportunities, but don't preempt the tops in this market because market is surprising everyone, and each day we are seeing that market is making a new all-time high. So though there are some negative news which comes, or if we see intraday selling pressure, but the bounce back is very quickly in the market, and thus one should not look for any kind of sorting opportunities in such kind of scenarios. Okay, the best way to play this market is to be with the trend, buy the dips, and continue to remain with the ongoing momentum until and unless you don't see a strong sign of reversal on the charts as well as derivatives data. Okay, so right now the best strategy is to remain with the trend and use the dips as a buying opportunities. Okay, now this really is strongly backed by the strong buying from the FI's desk. You can clearly see that from last 3 months, okay, October, November, December, we are seeing a buying from the FI side, and in November and December, the bars are so high that in these 2 months, they had bought more than 1 lakh crore worth of equities, okay, in November and December. Okay, so in November, basically that was the highest monthly buying figure in last 1 decade. Okay, and in December also they bought nearly 50,000 crores worth of equity. So this strongly indicates that the rally is backed by the strong buying from the FI's desk. And in fact, on Friday also they bought more than 5,000 crores of equities. So after a breakout of 12,430 levels, which was the previous high of the Nifty, we are seeing a strong buying momentum from the FI's desk, and that is a very positive sign for the index. Okay, so till the time you don't see a selling pressure from the FI, so selling in a sense 2,000, 3,000 crores worth of equities, if they sell for say consecutive 3-4 days, then that would be a sign of concern, and then you can look for a reversal in the market. But till the time you don't see such kind of data, it's better to be with the trend. Now, if you look at the daily activity, okay, this is from the November till date. You can see that hardly 3-4 days FIs were not buyers. They were marginal sellers. Apart from that, like on 90% of the days, they were net buyers in the equities. And look at these bars. Okay, these are like 5,000 crores in a day. So around 4,000, 5,000 crores in a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So on 12 days, they were buyers of more than 4,000 crores. And if we look at the include the 3,000 crores plus buying, then it is somewhere around 17, 18 days, wherein they were buyers worth rupees 3,000 crores or more in a single day. So it strongly indicates that they are in no mood to short sell this market or to go short or to exit their equities at current levels. Okay, in fact, like on Friday also they pumped more than 5,000 crores at 14,300 kind of levels. It means they are expecting something big in the Indian markets. And looking at the overall structure, we won't be surprised to see 15,000 kind of level in coming few weeks. So overall sentiment, overall the market structure, the data is quite positive, and until and unless you don't see the reversal, don't preempt the top in this market. Okay. Now, if you look at the derivatives activity of FIs, so basically this is the net long positions, and this is the index short positions. This is the Nifty. Now, from November onwards, the shorts are marginally moving down. Uh, in December, we had seen some sorting as well along with the long, but again, now the sort has came well below the around 25,000 contracts or so. Okay. So overall, if you look at the long short ratio, so it is strongly in favor of the longs. Okay. The long short ratio is remaining above 65-70% from quite long time. Okay. In fact, when the November series ended, the long short ratio was about 76%. And it seems that the long short ratio is moving into the overbought territory. But despite the long short ratio was so high, they continued their buying streak on the equities, and in futures also they maintained their long positions, and index has rallied by around 1,000 points after that as well. Right now also at the end of December expiry, the long short ratio remained around 75%. So it clearly indicates that they are net long in derivatives as well. Okay. There is a possibility that when they are buying strongly into cash, they can hedge in derivatives, or they can do some call writing or some put buying in derivatives. But consider that option activity purely as the hedging purpose and not as the speculative short selling positions. Okay. While in the futures, their positions are net long, and that is on the very good margin. So that clearly indicates that, in fact, they are not looking to hedge through the futures as well. Okay, which indicates that they are very bullish on the market. Now, if we look at the thumb rule for the OI analysis, okay, so there are basically four principles which are there with relation to the open interest and price. So when the open interest increases along with the rise in price, it indicates the long build-up. It means that the long traders or the buyers are more aggressive in the market, and because of that the open interest is increasing along with the rise in prices. When the open interest increases and the price falls, it indicates that short sellers are more aggressive than the buyers, and because of that we are witnessing a fall in price, but the open interest is increasing. So basically, open interest simply means the total open positions in the system. Okay, so when we are looking at the OI activity of futures, then it means that total open positions in future segment. Okay, and I consider the combined data. I am not looking at the uh, individual series data, and rather I look for the combined data. So right now, since it's a January series, so I focus on the combined data of futures. That would be the open interest of January, February, and March. So all 3 months I combine, and then I look whether the open interest is increasing or decreasing, because Right now, it may not impact much, but as you move near to the expiry, you can see that there is a unwinding of open interest in the January series and a fresh build up in the February series because of the rollovers and all. So that's why if you look at only one series data, then it won't give you a clear picture, and you may not get the clear idea about the uh, happening in the derivative side. So that's why I always look for the combined open interest. Okay, so now if we talk that when the open interest increases, it means the new traders are coming into the market. Okay, or a new positions are getting formed. And when the open interest decreases, it means the existing traders are squaring off their positions. Okay, that is a simple thing about the open interest. Now the open interest and price relation, when the OI increases, we already discussed that when the price increases along with the rise in OI, it is long built up. When the price falls along with rise in OI, it is a short built up. Now, if we look at the opposite to the same, so when the open interest increases, open interest decreases along with fall in price, it means the person who had taken long positions earlier, they are now squaring off their longs. So that is called as long unwinding. And when the price increases and the open interest falls, it means the people who had taken a short selling positions earlier, they are now squaring off their positions, and thus that is considered as a short covering. So these four principles are the thumb rule of the uh, derivative research, you can say. Apart from that, there are another four things which are there into the derivatives, that is mainly the blend of positions, that there can be a blend of long built up and short covering depending on the price change and the open interest change, but we won't get much deep into that, and we'll see the activity now. Okay, now, if we look at the sector-wise market breadth in the January series, so you can first of all easily find out that only 10 stocks were on red. Okay. Apart from that, all the stocks are trading in green. Now, which 10 stocks you can easily count that one is HDFC Bank, Kotak Bank, then Bajaj Finance, ITC, Titan, Nestle, Britannia, HUL, then Reliance, and in Pharma, Biocon is marginally down. Okay, so majorly here the HDFC Bank has started railing today, so that again moves into green. Then Britannia also moved into green. Today we are seeing a good buying momentum in Britannia as well. Then these are marginally down. Nestle, Titan, HUL, they are marginally down. Biocon is also marginally down. So major, if we look at the overall derivatives stocks, the stocks which are there in F&O segment, only three stocks are down majorly. One is Bajaj Finance, second one is ITC, and third one is Reliance. Apart from that, all the stocks are trading in green or flattish. Okay, flattish are like Kotak Bank is flattish, Titan, HUL, Biocon, they are flattish. Okay, they are trading on a flattish note. Now, if we look at the outperformance from each segment or from each sector, then we can see that the mid caps are doing well. Okay, so in automobile, the stock like Ashok Leyland, Bharat Forge are up by around more than 15%. In banking, IDFC First Bank, RBL Bank, Federal Bank, they are outperforming. In NBFC space, or I can say finance space, LIC Housing, Shriram Transport, Chola are doing well. In capital goods, Cummins, BEL, BHEL, Havels. So in fact, all the capital goods counters are trading in green, and good momentum is expected in coming days too. In FMCG, McDowell, obviously rallied by around 9% on back of a strong rally in last two trading sessions, mainly on the Thursday and Friday. In oil and gas, IGL, MGL are doing quite well. Petronet had given a range breakout. It is railing good. On Friday, we had seen a good buying momentum in Petronet. From the IT space, Naukri definitely it is a stock which is in strong buy trend, and when you see a small dip in the info edge, you can look for a buying opportunity in the counter, because we are seeing a good amount of buying interest on each and every declines in the Naukri info edge. Then fertilizer stocks are doing well. UPL, Tata Chem, from textile, page industry has given a bullish flag pattern breakout. SRF, obviously it is moving in strong bull run, so you can look for buying that. Cement stocks, all the stocks are up by more than 5%. Ultratech had given a bullish flag pattern breakout. Sri Cement has given a breakout. Then in metal also, all the stocks are up, and we are seeing a good buying momentum. So overall, if we look at each and every segment, then uh, the stocks are majorly trading in the green, and it clearly shows that market breadth is very strong right now. Okay, so when the market breadth deteriorates for 2-3 consecutive days, then only you can look for some kind of selling opportunities. Apart from that, be with the trend. Okay, why I'm showing you all this thing, because you just don't go and look for a top formation in the Nifty. Okay, so when you need to take a sell positions, please look at all this data, that when the market breadth starts deteriorating, or when the market breadth turns in favor of declining counters for 3-4 consecutive days. Okay, there is a possibility that when the market remains sideways or marginally in the green, but the advanced decline is in favor of the declining counter of on a particular day, don't go by a 1 day or 2 day data. Okay, look at the series of data, at least 4 days, 5 days. If you see that continuously 4-5 days the advanced decline is in favor of declining counters, then only look for a sorting opportunities. Otherwise, don't preempt top in this market. Okay, now this is the heat map, wherein earlier this is only the price data. Now there is the open interest as well. So the first one, the first percentage is the price change. So here you can say in LIC it's 20.6. Here also LIC it's 20.6%. Okay. And the second one is the open interest change. Okay. Now with this simple rule, that when the price increases along with the rise in OI, it is a long formation. So if we look at that in this heat map, we can clearly say that the long build-up is there in LIC Housing, it is there in IDFC First, Ashok Leyland, RBL Bank. In Bharat Forge, the open interest is not so high. So that is a blend of short covering as well as fresh buying. In Naukri, we are seeing a good amount of long built up. Then PVR, some longs are there. Wipro, a good amount of longs are there. Cummins, good long built up is there in BHEL, NMDC, LNTFH. So all these counters are witnessing a good amount of long built up, and thus, if you see a dip in such kind of counters, then you can look for the buying opportunities. Now, if we look at the overall uh, data in live market, okay, so we will move to that as well, that which sectors are likely to perform well in today's or in next 2-3 days, and which stock we can look for buying opportunities. Before that, just look at the salt build-ups as well. So in Reliance, we had seen a good amount of salting which took place. The price is down by around 3%. while the open interest is up by around 18%. In ITC, OI is up by 25% and price is down by 3.5%. And in Bajaj Finance, there is no major sorting as such, but yeah, marginal sorts are there. So until and unless you don't see a reversal in these stocks, okay, then don't preempt the bottom as well, because if some kind of reversal is there from the OI side or from the price side, then we can see a short covering move. But as of now, there is no sign as such in the data, okay, of all three stocks. Now, but one stock like Britania, which was down, the open interest built up is also very high. So the open interest increased by around 33.5% in January series, and the price was also coming down. Okay, so now if you look at the price, say now from the this is the December expiry. Sorry, this is the December expiry date, 31st December, and in fact before that also the price was continuously falling, and after the continuous sell-off in the stock, let's also check it in my FNO with the OI data. So think there is problem with the site. Okay, no issues. So basically, if we look at the overall OI, which we can see here also, the OI is up by around 33.5%, and the price are also correcting. We can see that in the chart as well. Okay, so it indicates that there were formation of salt built up in the counter, and from last 2-3 days we are witnessing a doji. So on Thursday we witnessed a inside bar, then on Friday a doji was there, okay, and today we are seeing some kind of reversal in the stock. So in fact we had given a buy trade on the Britannia as well at 3615 levels with a stop loss of 3545. So we can expect a positive momentum in Britannia in 2 days as well as in coming couple of days, and we are expecting the stock to move towards 37 kind of 37 25 kind of levels. So overall, why we are expecting an up move? Because one, that after a decent sell-off in the Britannia, the open interest activity is also good. It means that short build-ups were there in the system, and now today is the first day wherein we are seeing a reversal in the prices, so the short covering move can be fast. Okay, so we are expecting a short covering in the Britannia, and thus we recommended to buy the same. Now the second stocks which was in fact down in this series, and that is the HDFC Bank. Okay, HDFC Bank also witnessed an OI built up of around 27%, while the price remained absolutely flattish. Okay, now so in this is the December expiry. Okay, after December it remained in a range, and the open interest increased by around 27%. So that indicates a blend of short built up as well as some long built up. But majorly there is short, because on all the 5-6 trading sessions, apart from the Tuesday, we had witnessed the negative candles. Okay, so after a gap up opening, we are seeing a selling pressure in the counter, and thus the open interest activity which is there in the HDFC bank is majorly on the short side. Okay, but at the same time some longs are also there because the price did not fell very fast or the sell off is not visible in the price. मतलब क्या हो रहा है कि ओपन इंटरेस्ट 27% इंक्रीज हुआ बट प्राइस फ्लैट रहा, तो ये इंडिकेट कर रहा है कि इसमें लॉन्ग्स भी है और शॉर्ट्स भी है, उसकी वजह से प्राइस में मेजर चेंजेस नहीं है बट ओपन इंटरेस्ट में मेजर इंक्रीज हुआ है. बट हम लोग जब इसका प्राइस स्ट्रक्चर देखते हैं तो क्लियरली इंडिकेट कर रहा है कि शॉर्ट्स है वो लॉन्ग से ज्यादा है. इट मींस शॉर्ट सेलर्स आर मोर एग्रेसिव देन द बायर्स. एंड टुडे what we are seeing is a breakout from the range, and ये जो भी यहाँ पे ये लास्ट 5-6 दिन में जो भी शॉर्ट्स क्रिएट हुआ है वो सब का जो शॉर्टिंग प्राइस था उसके ऊपर अभी प्राइस ट्रेड कर रहा है. इट मींस ऑल दिस प्लेयर्स द शॉर्ट सेलर्स will now run to cover their positions, and we can see a short covering move as well as the fresh buying move in the stock. तो यहाँ पे we are expecting the stock to move towards 1530, 1550 kind of level. So 7-8% bounce is possible in the stock, and the traders can look for a buying with a stop loss of 1420 now. In fact, we had recommended to buy the stock at 1440 level on Friday itself. Okay. At that time the stop loss was 1395, but now one can trail the stop loss to 1420, and in fact traders can look for a fresh buying at current levels as well. Okay, so यहाँ पे breakout आ रहा है plus open interest से भी लग रहा है कि short covering move अब start होना चाहिए. Now if we look at some of the data, say so if we look at the OI activity in Nifty right now, so you can see that all these in the money call options are witnessing the unwinding. It means the call writers are exiting their positions. And if we look at the major activity of OI built up, so the major OI built up is on 14,000 strike. Okay, the open interest increased by around 18,76. But why it's not showing the volume? I think something is there. Some problem is there with the NSE website, but we can clearly see the OI change. Okay, so the highest OI change in today's session is happening in 14,400 put, and on call side the call writers are aggressive at 14,450 and 14,500 strike. But if we look at the quantum, तो जितना कॉल राइटिंग हो रहा है 14,450 या 14,500 स्ट्राइक में, उसका ट्रिपल टाइम्स पुट राइटिंग हो रहा है at 14,400 put option. So that clearly indicates that put writers are more aggressive, and thus 14,350, 14,300 level will act as a major support. Why I'm saying 14,300? Because जो put writers है, ठीक है, 14,400 की strike में they are doing writing and they are getting some premium for that writing. Okay, so when you look for the support and resistance based on the option OI data, then always calculate the premium as well. So now if I'm seeing a writing in 14,400 put option, okay, and the premium of that is somewhere around 100 rupees, so at what level these put writers will be in losses? Below 14,300, they will be in losses and they will run to cover their shorts. Until and unless it doesn't sustains below 14,350, 14,300 zone, they will be comfortable holding their short positions. Okay, while for the call writers who were active at 14,450, 14,500, so the resistance would be somewhere around 14,550 kind of level, because the 14,500 call is having a premium of around 50 points. So above 14,550, they will run to cover their short positions. So this is how we get to know the range for a particular series looking at the options data. So whenever you look at the OI activity, if you look at the highest OI activity or the change in OI activity, always consider the premium as well, that at what premium they are doing writing, okay, what they are getting, and thus this will help you to find out the proper range. One query is there, OI means. So OI is basically the open interest. We already discussed the open interest in simple term means the total open positions which are there in the system. Okay. One more query is there. Where do we find heat map of series like January, February, etc.? So basically, if you looking at the combined data, then MyFNO is one website, but that one is the paid one. If you are looking at the heat map of intraday data, then you can get it through the Motilal Oswal terminal as well. Okay. In MOSL terminal, there is an option of derivatives insight, and you can find out that as well. So in the previous webinars also, I explained that in detail. So you can go through the any of the link or any of the video to find out how to look at the heat map in the MOSL terminal. Can you please tell me what the charts are stating for the Nifty for the coming 6 months to 1 year? Yeah. So if we look at, say, now, so when we need to find out the view for a long term, so obviously we need to look for the weekly or monthly chart. Okay. But for that, I will once check the just a minute. Okay. Now, this is the chart structure of Sensex. This is the chart structure of Sensex, and let me just hide the moving average here. Now, this is the line chart of Sensex. Now, why I'm showing you this? This is the monthly line chart. There is a formation of a rising channel kind of structure. 1, 2, 3 highs were joined and 3 lows were touching that line. Fourth time it came near to the line, a small dip was there, and then a major up move once it gave a breakout. Okay. After a breakout, the index has rallied from 7,000 kind of level to 21,000 level within just 2.5 years. Okay. Now this is the channel which it formed from 1992 to 2004. So around 12 years were taken to form this channel, and after that it gave a breakout. Now if you look at the current scenario, so again we are seeing a rising channel right now. Okay, it started from 2010, 1, 2, a small high here as well. It came near to that. So majorly this can be the third one as well. Okay. Yeah, now you can see it properly. And on lows as well, 1, 2, third time it came near. Fourth time, obviously it gave a breakdown below that line, but again managed to sustain about the same and came near to the high. So this is a level wherein obviously since this trend line is moving higher, so the resistance will also keep on moving higher as the डे प्रोग्रेसेस और एज द वीक प्रोग्रेसेस. तो जैसे जैसे दिन निकलेंगे ये ट्रेंड लाइन भी थोड़ा थोड़ा ऊपर जाता रहेगा. अभी जो सेंसेक्स है, दिस इज बेसिकली अ चार्ट टिल फ्राइडे. सो अभी जो चल रहा है सेंसेक्स दैट इज अराउंड 49,000 लेवल्स, और इसका जो रेजिस्टेंस आ रहा है दैट इज समवेयर अराउंड 50,000 to 51,000 जोन राइट नाउ. So another 3-4% bounce is possible, but after that it would be a wait and watch kind of scenario in the index. Whether we see a small dip and then a breakout or a continuous breakout would be there, that we need to check. But say for next 1 year or so, if a dip is there, okay, so the dip can be like the Sensex can hold a level of 40,000 to 41,000 in a scenario if a sharp correction is there. Okay, so we are not expecting a fall below 40,000 kind of level as of now. And on upside, once a breakout come, then in next 1 year, around 58,000, 60,000 kind of level is very much possible in the market. Okay, so that is obviously a forward looking statement you can say, or the a lot of if and buts is there in such scenario. But obviously looking at the chart, this is what I can say, because the index is trading right at the upper end of the channel. I think on 3 weeks back we had one webinar, and at that time the Sensex was trading at 44,000. So and the Nifty was trading around 14,300. So at that time I clearly mentioned and with confidence that the Sensex can move up to 50,000 and the Nifty can cross 14,000. But right now we are in such a place that it is trading right at the resistance level. Okay, so wait and watch approach would be there for a broader view from the current levels. But yes, if a correction of around 10-15% is there in the index, then one should definitely look for a buying opportunity looking at the historical data. Okay, so what historical data indicates that we can see a such kind of dip. Right now index is somewhere around these levels. Right now index is somewhere around this level, and if a dip is there, then we can again see a strong buying momentum after that. So that we need to wait and watch right now. Now let's take some more queries. I'm doing stock trading only. How will OI help me to trade for a stock? See, basically there is couple of things which you need to look when you are a stock trader. Then in open interest, one, you need to find out that what's the existing positions in the system. Okay, in a system, when I say, it means for a particular stock. Okay, so right now, like we discussed about the HDFC bank, that the existing positions are majorly on the short side and marginal longs are there in the system. And now today, once it gives a breakout, so now the possibility of a short covering is very fast. So every time combine the price and the open interest together. Okay, many times we see that the price is continuously rising, but the open interest is not there. Okay, or the OI buildup is not so high. So it indicates that the price rise is not supported by the fresh long positions. And that is a sign of cautious in that particular stock. And thus we need to look to exit, or if some kind of reversal is there or some short built up is there at higher levels, then we can look for a short selling opportunities as well in such a stock. Okay, then you can go and check the intraday OI change. So say at the start of a day, say within first half an hour or within first 1 hour, if you are witnessing a good amount of OI built up, okay, then you can always look to for the buying or selling opportunities in the same. So right now I'm getting some problem with the uh, derivatives data on my laptop. So let me just show you that which stocks are seeing a good long build up looking in my mobile app. So I can clearly see that the Wipro is the major OI gainer today. The open interest is up by around 18%, while the price is up by around 4%. Colpal has witnessed an OI built up of around 12%. The price is up by around 3%. ICICI Prudential OI is up by 8%. SBI Life OI is up by 8%. Jubilant Food OI is up by around 7%. Tata Consumer OI is up by around 6%. Tata Motor 6%. SRF 6%. So when you look at the OI data, okay, always consider the open interest, which is more than 7-8%. If the OI is up by around 3-4%, then don't give weightage to it. Okay, in intraday I'm talking about. So which stocks where the open interest is more than 8%? So SBI Life, ICICI Prudential, Colpal, and Wipro. So these four stocks are there wherein the open interest is more than 8%. Now we can look at the chart of all these four stocks. One, obviously, Wipro is doing well after a gap up opening. TCS result was there on Friday after market hours, and after that, all the IT counters open with a gap and moving in a good buying momentum. So there, the momentum may continue in coming days too. Now the second stock, which is there, is the Colpal. Okay. Now the Colpal had given a fresh breakout from its previous swing high, along with the long build up in today's session. So the open interest is up by around 12%. So there we can see a continuation in buying momentum, or since it already rallied a bit, so if a small dip is there up to around 1635, 1640 levels, then one can look for buying with a stop loss of today's low. Okay, that would be 1615. The third stock, which is ICICI Prudential Life. This is also continuously moving higher, and the stock, I just a minute. By mistake, I stopped. Yeah. Now, I hope you can again see the screen. So this stock is also giving a breakout on weekly chart. Okay, it is in verge of crossing its all-time high as well. And the open interest activity is also very good. The stock is about around 2% today, and the low is also 523. So the risk is also manageable from current levels. It is only 13-14 points. So one can definitely look for buying opportunity in ICICI Pru Life at current levels with a stop loss of 523. Okay. In fact, uh, when the stock was below 500 levels, we recommended to buy, and we are quite bullish on the insurance stocks, and we came out with the insurance basket as well in December towards the end. So the positive momentum in insurance companies are likely to continue, and in ICICI Prudential and SBI Life, we are seeing a good OI built up in today's session as well. So the short-term traders, the intraday as well as for 1-2 day traders, they can look for buying in both the counters. SBI also you can look to buy with a stop loss of 926, which is the today's low, and in ICSF 2 also you can look to buy with a stop loss of today's low, which is around 523 levels. Okay, so these two stocks you can look to buy in the insurance sector, and if we compare the two stocks, then the chart structure of ICICI Prudential is quite positive. Okay, so that you can definitely look to buy in today's session. So the stocks which we discussed on purely based on the OI data are HDFC Bank, Britania, then ICICI Prudential Life. So these three stocks are recommendations from my side. You can look to buy these stocks with a proper stop loss, as I discussed, and always keep the stop loss. Okay, so don't miss to keep the stop loss, because the view may go wrong. Market may reverse. No one knows that, but we have to save our portfolios. We have to make sure that the loss should be limited, and that's why please keep the stop losses. View on Oro Pharma. Okay, so basically, if you look at the overall chart structure of Oro Pharma, so after a rally, after it gave a breakout from last 3-4 days, we are seeing a corrective move in the Oro Pharma. So once it again crosses 970 kind of level, then we can see a good buying momentum, or else wait for a dip up to around 920. So if you are a existing holder, or if you are already having Oro in your account, or if you bought for trading, then you can keep the stop loss of 940. If you want to take a fresh positions, then wait for either 920 levels to take a long, or let it cross 970 and then take a long positions. But short selling is not advisable in this counter. Right? PNB share, sell or hold. So basically in PNB on Friday, we had witnessed a huge, sorry, not on Friday, in last week, we had witnessed a huge long built up. And after that, the stock is moving in sideways direction. So basically the main problem with this counter is this remains in band period for a long time. Okay, so after move for consecutive 2-3 days, it goes into band. Okay, so that is one major problem with the stock. But if we look at the price data, then if you are already having the stock, then you can keep the stop loss of 34 and hold. Once it crosses 37, we can see a good buying momentum up to around 42 kind of level. So view is basically sideways to positive, not negative right now. So 34 is the stop loss, and on upside we can see a move up to around 40 to 42 kind of levels. What does EOD stand for? EOD is end of day. Okay. Then Nifty for today turning negative, will it continue, or any chance of recovery? Is there a signal of downturn started? See, Venkat, that's what I was discussing, that don't preempt the top. Okay. So if you see a market movement of say last 9-10 days, on each day almost we had seen a corrective move from the highs and then again a reversal. So today also from after a gap up opening, a dip was there, and again we are witnessing some bounce back in the market. So right now it would be too early to preempt that the downturn will start. Okay, let it break 14,100 kind of level or 14,000 support, then only look for sorting opportunity. It's perfectly fine if you miss a first 300-400 points and then you look for a sorting opportunity. But after that, when you go and short sell, there would be a confirmation on the selling side. But right now, there is no sign of reversal. So I can't say that the top is done or the market is going in a downtrend, because we are having a positive view and we are in fact looking for the buying opportunities on the dips. If you buy ICICI Pru Life for long term investment, is it okay? See, overall, if you look at the chart structure, it is good for investment for 6 months to 1 year. But for a very long term, you need to consult with the fundamental team. View on Tata Motors. See, Tata Motors, we are quite positive, and in fact, on Friday we recommended to buy Tata Motor DVR. Okay. Now, both the stocks are looking good, and in Tata Motor we can see a bounce up to around 225 kind of level. So if you are already having, then you can keep the stop loss of 197 and hold this stock. If you want to take a fresh long, then you can in fact take long at current levels as well with a stop loss of 197. It's perfectly fine. Okay. So I think I had taken many queries. So to conclude the today's session, I just want to say that please do not preempt the top in current market. The market is in very strong bull run, and wait for a strong reversal sign to preempt any kind of short selling opportunities in the market. This is not the market to sort, and in fact look for buying opportunities on the dip. Be with the trend until and unless you don't see a strong sign of reversals in the Nifty, or through the derivatives data, or through the FI's activity, like I discussed, that if you see a consecutive selling from the FI's desk for 3-4 days, and that too more than 2,000 crores or so, then only look for a short selling opportunities. Otherwise, be with the trend. On the stock front, there were 3 recommendations from my side. One is HDFC Bank, second one is the ICICI Pru Life, and third one is the Britania. So the Britania is purely a short covering play. In HDFC Bank, there were both shorts and long in the system, and today it is giving a range breakout. So the short covering plus a fresh buying can be there in HDFC Bank. So that's why that is the second stock. And in ICICI Prudential, we are witnessing a good amount of long built up in today's session, and earlier longs are also intact. So that's why you can look to buy ICICI Pru Life as well. So these 3 recommendations are there from my side for today's live trading session, and all 3 into the derivative segment. Please make sure that you follow a proper stop loss as mentioned, as discussed in the live market session. So guys, with that note, thank you all for attending the live market session and discussing the derivative data with me. I hope I tried to answer almost all queries, but there are many more queries as well. But due to time constraint, I cannot take these queries. If you have any queries or anything, you can get in touch with the advisor, and they can connect with us. Okay. So see you again with the next webinar, and stay connected, stay safe, take care of yourself and your family. Bye bye.